Alright, so we've got the 6R LT in for service. Me and Evan are going to tag team this real quick and just give you guys a quick overview of what we're doing on the car. It's just the annual service, so inspection, fluids, filters, and test drive. Make sure cars run like it should. If you're doing this at home, you probably won't have a lift, but if you do have a lift, first part of this is get it set up on the lift. There's some lift points underneath the car. If you use the lift kit on, it's pretty easy to get the car up on the lift. You may need a little bit of extra room getting the last arm underneath the side skirts here, but pretty straightforward. Just get the car docked up on the lift and then you'll be good to go from there. So before you drain the engine oil, you want to remove the oil cap here. So, you know, it'll obviously allow flow in there of it drain out the bottom, and then we'll just loosen up the cap here to also help increase the flow of oil drain out of the car. You see right there the cap. So just loosen it up and remove that. Now we're gonna lift it up. This car is relatively low miles, and upon inspection we have found the main hardware leak in here, which is pretty common on this and the 720s. We also found the fuel tank strap was loose. That's not ideal because you can see this is actually sagging a little bit. not a great scenario here. Got another leak here. The filter. Yeah, the gearbox filter. Car's clean other than that. Or so far anyway. Here's the drain line, so we gotta remove these two. Block drain, sump drain here. So here's our solution for now. It's just a lock nut. Thankfully the washer, we're still in the under panel. So, and I just checked this one, so it might just be something to keep an eye on every time you service the car. So this is the most important part of the service, is just checking everything out. Kind of like we did earlier, just verifying that there's no problems with the car, bolts missing, stuff loose. This is also the first service for this car, so it's a good time to kind of just go over everything and re-torque it all, check out the suspension components, do a quick alignment check, just make sure everything's in play. Which, you can see here, got already a good amount of wear on these tires. Driving it like it should be driven. So just for reference, guys, if you do proceed to do this yourself, this is one of the lines you have to remove to drain. This is the other line, and then the sump right here. Now, it's very important that the car is at full operating temperature, and you literally let it drain for 30 minutes to get all the oil out. Then after you do that, proceed to the dry sump. In this case, we're going to get a second oil pan to speed this process up. We've got the drain plug back in, the oil return lines back in, new O-rings, new drain plug gasket, the sump back in, new gasket. Now it's time to just put all the under panels back on the car, do a final check over on everything, notate anything we discovered, lower the car down, fill it with oil, replace the filter, and then scan the car and check everything up top. Alrighty, so we have the filter removed. It can get very messy down there, so it's just a good idea to put some paper towels down when removing the filter. Make sure you don't make a big mess. And right here, we're just going to replace the O-rings on the old filter housing. And the old filter kit provides 2 new filters. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 new O-rings. Now that's installed, we're going to torque that down and then do the initial fill. We start with 6 liters, then we check the oil level in the car after the oil gets hot, and then adjust accordingly. Max is 6.5, but sometimes it does vary. We always recommend just starting with 6 liters. That's a good place to start so you'll never fill the car. Getting the service light cleared out and checking oil level, and then should be good to go after that. Alrighty, so we got everything back together now. As you can see, everything's put back on the car. We're going to do a quick test drive, get the oil up to operating temperature, make sure everything's working like it should, check the oil level, and after that, if everything's good, we'll do an oil light reset and be good to go.